need to sign to get the ball rolling for the necessary referral, and we'll be on our way. We've got an appointment at the tanning centre in 10 minutes. And no offence, but if you don't mind me saying, you could do with some implants yourself. With a decent pair of hooters, you might not spend so many nights on your own. Great, thought Chloe. All those years of training, hard slog and sleepless nights, only to wind up being verbally trashed and told how to do my job. With afternoon surgery over, and only running a few minutes late for her home visits, Chloe slipped out unnoticed to the car park at the rear of the building before the practice manager could collar her. It was Chloe's first day back after a week away skiing in Austria, but she didn't doubt Karen could find something to nag her about. Usually it was her timekeeping. She spent far too long with the patients, she was frequently warned. The other doctors could keep to the schedule, why couldn't she? She liked to think it was because she was a maverick, put on this earth to confound and frustrate. But actually, it was because she was just plain old thorough, and liked to spend time with her patients. She hated to upset her more elderly or timid patients by rudely hurrying them. There were exceptions, though. Some mistook kindness and understanding for pity, and they required a much more robust bedside manner. At the age of 37, Chloe was the youngest doctor at Eastbury Surgery, and was perhaps, as the other doctors regularly teased her, still the most idealistic. The practice had doubled in size in the last 10 years, due to the expansion of the village, sitting as it was, within commutable distance of Manchester. Farmland that had been in the hands of Cheshire families for generations had been sold off, to make way for a full range of properties, from doll's house-sized starter homes through to 5-bedroomed executive dwellings that boasted saunas and underfloor heating. The latest must-have accessory to these upmarket houses was a hot tub installed in the garden. Chloe had wanted to be a doctor ever since she could remember, probably because her father had been one, and she had considered him the cleverest and bravest man alive. But then, at 6 years old, you think anyone's a genius if they can cure you of a painful earache. And as for being able to look at a dead body without screaming or bursting into tears, that surely took courage beyond words. Now, of course, she knew better. It was all smoke and mirrors. Her first home visit was only a 5-minute drive away up Chapel Hill and then on to Lark Lane. Ron Tuttle lived in one of the original sandstone farm workers' cottages. There had been a Tuttle living on Lark Lane for more than 170 years. But not for much longer, unless Ron, the last in the line of Tuttles, took better care of himself. She parked on the road outside his cottage, and case in hand, walked up the short path that was lined with daffodils, King Alfred's. They were tough and sturdy, and gave the impression of standing guard. She gave the door knocker a loud rap, and adopted her most robust bedside manner. Anything less would be deemed as patronising, and give Ron cause to take his walking stick to her. Minutes passed, and she risked another go at the tarnished knocker. "I heard you the first time," came an angry shout from inside, as well as the sound of a lock being turned. The door opened. "Who do you think I am? Roger Flippin' Bannister?" "Roger who?" "First man to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Don't you know nothing, girl?" "I know plenty. Now, can I come in, or do you want me to examine your prostate here on the step?" "Mother Teresa's love child, that's you!" he roared. "Well, that's an improvement on a fortnight ago, when I was Harold Shipman's love child. These sweet endearments of yours will have to stop, you know, or people will talk." The old man's eyes glinted with a smile, and leaning heavily on his walking stick, he stood aside to let her in. She noticed he had made his usual attempt to smarten himself up for her visit. She also noticed that his shirt collar looked a little looser around his neck, a sign he was still losing weight. Closing the door after her, he said, "I never had this trouble with your father. He never gave me any lip. How is he?"